Ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. Cousin Corey, aka Lord Young, aka Air Joystick, aka call me whatever you want, long as you don't call me broke. The Show. Here we are, season 5, episode 7, called Angels. If anybody in the comment help me, I don't really get that title. I mean, to be honest with you, I really don't put much thought to it when I'm really watching this show. It's not that much of an in-depth show, so somebody help me out with it. Off the top of my head, I can't understand why they might have named the show Angels. But Emmett and Tiff unite as co-parents after learning unexpected news. Yeah. Keisha gets advice from her counselor. She did. Kevin struggles to balance dating and his gaming competitions. Correct. All that happened. That's a good description of the show. Good description of the show. You know, a few things stood out for me this episode. But one thing that stood out was that scene where Jake finally steps up to the plate and tell his big brother Victor. We call him Victor now. He's running for office, so yeah, he's professional. But yeah, he tells Victor that he got a baby on the way by Gemma. And Victor gets mad at his little brother Jake. I think he's worried about his image, running for office. And I think he's worried about that. And it was just, that whole scene was just weird and kind of funny to me, that Victor would get mad at his little brother for getting a girl pregnant. And it's like, the only reason he never got a girl pregnant because his quote unquote girlfriend, Victor's quote unquote girlfriends, none of them have female organs. None of them have women organs to get pregnant. In other words, he don't date he don't date real women. So he can't do his lifestyle, the way he dating transsexual women, he don't have to worry about getting a woman pregnant. So it ain't like he really just setting a good example for his brother, being responsible and not getting any women pregnant. The only reason he probably ain't got no women pregnant is because he ain't screwing no real women. So that scene kind of stood out to me. That was the kind of funny scene to me. I don't know. It was just kind of weird. It was weird to me that he was getting mad at his little brother for something that he could never do. He could never make that mistake. But I might talk a little bit more about Victor in predictions. Maybe he can make that mistake. We gotta keep watching and see. And it was very interesting with old Rashard there. I like his arc. Speaking Victor's childhood buddy Rashard, I like his arc. It's kind of a interesting transition. I like how he came out of prison last season looking dusty, and now he's all dressed up and clean. He got a nice woman in his life, and he's doing positive things. He's trying to work with the youth and all that, and I like that. But he was kind of weak, man. Letting his girlfriend get him all dressed up to try to impress her dad, impress her parents. He was wrong for that. Trying to get his girlfriend all dressed. I mean, following his girlfriend lead and letting her talk him into trying to go all out and extra to impress her parents and her dad and mom. And But that follows the mantra of most men on this show anyway. This show, just about all the men going all the way back to season 1, they always follow the women's lead, and they always make bad decisions by doing whatever the women tell them to do, pretty much, which is you're gonna screw yourself every time. They go all the way back. Just to give an example, look at Ronnie with his dusty looking self. He listened to the woman. What's the woman that's screwing Otis Perry right now that run the center? He listened to her. She was all emotional, but justifiably so, because her son that was killed. And this is season 1. And she tells him, "You go out there and you do something about it." And his dumb ass, he went out there and killed the innocent boy Coogie. Killed the wrong boy, the innocent boy, and Ronnie ultimately ended up losing his life over that. And the funny thing, when he went and killed Coogie, because she told him to do something about it, he went back to her and she said, "I was just talking, Ronnie. I don't have nothing to do with what you did, and I'm not responsible." And she kicked him out the house and everything. That was a good example. You be your own man. Don't be setting up listening to no women making judgments in life off of women being all emotional, just like women. I mean, that woman was emotional, and he went and made a life-changing, a life-altering decision going off some emotion. But anyway, that's all he was doing anyway. The Rashad character, he was just doing like they write most of all these men, everybody except good old Otis Perry. All these men on this show, they just follow the women's lead and do what the women's lead. Good example with Emmett and Tiffany. But I get on that in a second. Now, better yet, yeah, I get on in a second. Just one more thing I want to touch on with the Rashad. Ultimately, I like where Rashad started off wrong, listening to his girlfriend and letting her dress him up and all that stuff to impress her dad. And ultimately, it worked. I like where it ended at. When Rashad stepped up to the plate and said, "Forget this mess," and he manned up and he just laid it out on the table and expressed his feelings, and ultimately he ended up earning her father's respect by him just being a man and expressing his feelings and manning up to, about his situation. It kind of I can't help but think about it. Reminds me of one of my favorite YouTubers that I watch all the time, Tall Guy. That kind of mirrors his life a little bit there, if you think about it. Much respect to them. Much respect to Tall Guy. And Mr. Organic too. Both of those guys. I like both of those guys. Watch them daily. But yeah, as a matter of fact, I could think of I got a story like that. I got many stories of like that. Going to meet the girls' parents and stuff like that. And I got many stories like that. But I can remember one specifically. I can think of a few where I went and met these girls' dads that were, these dads that were, one thing about a girl, when she has a good relationship with her father, she cares about what her father thinks and she wants her father's approval. So she wants to bring the young man or the gentleman that she brings home, she wants him to be on point. And that's understandable for the lady side of you. That's understandable. But I'm going to tell you, fellas, don't be going out your way trying to impress these folks' parents and fathers and mothers and stuff, your future in-laws or whatever they might end up being. Because let me tell you something, at the end of the day, most people don't got their life together. And at the end of the day, these people that you trying to impress, they probably ain't nobody to even be trying to impress. Case in point, I remember years ago, this young lady, she took me over her father's house to meet her father. Before we left out the car, she tells me to make sure I'm on my best behavior. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, what other behavior? I mean, what other way am I gonna act? I mean, you talk to me like I ain't got no sense. I mean, I know I'm meeting your father. I'm not finna walk up. What you think I'm finna walk up in here and act and cuss and act a fool or something? I know how to act, which I didn't think was necessary for her telling me to be on my best behavior. I didn't really think that was necessary. But anyway, we go in there. And I sit in there, and her dad cool and everything. And it seemed like he a cool guy and everything. But we sit in there, and he setting up, and her daddy setting up in there, and we all sat together, me, her stepmother, and her dad. And we sat in there, and guess what episode we watched that her dad was watching, wanted to watch, that he don't miss it. He looked like he never miss an episode. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. So we sit there with his dad, her dad, watching Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and all he did was talk about Michelle, big old booty. He like, oh, she got a big old booty. That's all it is. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, you telling me to behave for this? I mean, I'm thinking I'm finna come in here and her dad finna be kind of like the dad on the Shy here, kind of serious dude, kind of serious and stuff. And he laid back on the sheet with his leg cocked up, and he setting up looking at K Michelle booty on Love and Hip Hop. So I say that, guys. I say that I say that to look, man. Don't stress yourself out trying to go in and impress nobody's parents and stuff, man. Don't worry about trying to impress these folks, because these folks ain't nobody. They ain't nobody special to be trying to impress anyway. They just normal, everyday people just like you, and they got they problems that they need to work on in their life instead of questioning you up all day and making you feel nervous. You know, because at the end of the day, if they're good, I mean, they're good people, probably. More than likely, the woman's parents are good people. They did a good job raising her. So she has good judgment, and it really ain't got to be all that tension like that up in the where you got to walk in on your best behavior and put on your best clothes and all that kind of junk. You ain't got to do that. As long as you got some good, clean clothes on, good enough. But I got about 2 more stories, but I've taken up enough time to view. I got a couple more stories about going to meet these women's parents. That Rashad scene just kind of brought back some memories for me, you know. So moving on, man. Moving on. Okay. I got a picture. I want to show real quick. This is gonna be good, man. This was a picture that really who remember this scene right here? Okay, who remember this scene right here? And I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go so we can get a good look at this scene. Let's get a good look at this screenshot of this scene right here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna move over to the side. Okay. I want you to concentrate on Tiffany. Look at Tiffany. Look at her. Look how she looking. Okay. Look at that look in her eye. Okay. When she looking at Emmett and old girl there. Okay. I want you to look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna tell you what that look is right there on Tiffany's face right now. That look, ladies and gentlemen, that look is the look of regret. That's a look of regret. And that's a look of the grass ain't always green on the other side. That's what that look is right there. Because right now, in her mind, Tiffany's mind, she's thinking about, she's realizing what she had in Emmett. She realizing what she had in Emmett, man. That she had it, everything she needed from a husband, from a man, is right there in front of her, but she walked away from it. And that's what that look says, in my opinion. Shout out to the girl that played Tiffany. That she's a good actress. But that's what that look says, man. That's the look of regret. Okay. So I couldn't help but see this. And it makes me think about a mantra that I repeat over and over, and a mantra that I live by. Okay, as I evolve personally, it's a mantra that I start to live by, because I can speak from this personally about, well, basically I'm gonna just say what my mantra is. My saying is, most people don't realize this, but this is how you get your fulfillment in life, and you don't waste a lot of time in life even having to chase after your fulfillment. And that's just by realizing everything you need is right in front of you. You don't have to waste time going off searching for something, your fulfillment, your purpose in life, because everything you need in life is right in front of you. All you have to do is just reach out and grab it, and stop sabotaging yourself by denying yourself, by saying no all the time, and just denying yourself from your purpose. All you gotta do is just reach out and get it, and say yes, and reach out and get it. That's all you have to do. You see? But this is a perfect example of that. Everything you need is right in front of you. You know, a lot of people, they waste a lot of time. They go chasing after things, chasing for what they think might be fulfillment. But at the end of the day, it's just a short-term dopamine hit. They just feeling good for a short little term, a short little moment, when everything you need is right in front of you. Everything you want that you want to have in your life is right in front of you. I promise you. I'm telling you, if you don't know what I'm talking about, that means you got work to do. You got to sit down and work on yourself and really dig deep. I'm telling you what I know, as somebody who wasted a lot of time, and then I realized everything that I needed, I don't have to search for. I don't have to waste time trying to search or figure it out. It's right in front of me. I guess that concludes our message of the day, our inspirational message of the day, brought to you by the Air Joystick Gaming channel. Go on Air Joystick Gaming and subscribe right now. And that Misha girl, big old Mishi, the big girl that be rapping, old Mishi. Let me bring her down just in case for some people who might not know what I'm talking about. Is her name Maisha? That sounds like my cousin. I think you pronounce it like my cousin pronounced her name, Maisha. Well, where's she at? I saw her picture earlier. I guess they don't have her in the first page. But anyway, the little big girl. Yeah, the little big old girl that the little big old girl that's rapping. I don't like the direction that her story is going. I'm gonna tell you right now. I kind of don't like it. In my opinion, okay, she's so smart. She's very smart in school. She gets good grades. She's an honor student. So it makes sense that colleges want to recruit her. But to see her want to be a rapper, I think it's selling that character short. To me, it would make more sense to see her maybe start some type of small time business. Now, I would have rather seen her be like a business entrepreneur type, and I like to see her like maybe trying to decide, should I go to school or should I focus on my business? Like, that to me is a better storyline for that for the big Mishi little girl, the big healthy girl, the big girl. And hopefully even if she decides to do the rapping thing, maybe some kind of way she can they can show her like turning her rap career into a business. I know they got the Gemma girl supposed to be managing her or whatever, but maybe she could like show putting her brain to work and how she's monetizing and getting her a business going with her rap career. I really would like to see more of that from her. I just saying she want to be a rapper and that's that. To me, it does that character injustice. And Gemma lost the baby thanks to that old boy. What that boy? I can't remember that boy's name. Acting a fool up in there shooting. He ain't nothing but trouble. He killed the old Ronnie. Funny, but it wasn't a surprise to me seeing her lose the baby, cause I had a feeling that something might happen and the baby wouldn't come to term. I kind of something was telling me that might what happen, and I think it's for the better. It makes sense because where they were going with that character, her wanting to keep the baby anyway didn't make no sense. If realistically a character like that, she wouldn't have kept that baby. A girl like her, a real smart girl like her, career oriented, and she knows where she's going in life, she wouldn't have kept that baby. That ain't how it go in real life. I guess it's good for TV, but that ain't how it go in real life. A girl like that, that's focused, that want to go be a doctor or a lawyer or something like that. Let me tell you something. Girls like that, if they get pregnant, yes. Now, girls like that do want to date the thuggish ruggish. The thuggish ruggish kind of guys. Thuggish ruggish bone. They want to date them. That is true. But if they get pregnant by them, the boyfriend wouldn't even know about it. She would have already terminated the pregnancy. He wouldn't even know about it. Because those girls, they don't want to disappoint their fathers. The last thing they want to do is break their father's heart, and their fathers then bust their butt. Their parents, both their mother, usually they're raised in a 2-parent household. Their parents have broke their necks to provide for them and get them ahead in life, and they would there's no way that they would ruin their life like that. They would have she would have went and took care of that in a real life situation like that. So it wasn't realistic to me, her wanting to keep the baby. Plus, she's a real liberal character. She's a real liberal women's liberation type character, femme type character. So a chick like that who's real consider herself in control of her body and my choice and all that, ain't no way she would have kept that baby in real life and ruined her life. She wouldn't have did that. So it makes sense for her to get rid of for the pregnancy to go away. Moving on to predictions. All right, man, look. I'm going to tell you, man, starting with season 1 and 2, this was a pretty good show. Season 3, all of a sudden they decided to turn it into The Young and the Restless. It just focused on everybody's relationship. The show is too relationship focused. Most shows, they will make the main storyline will be a good, strong storyline, focus on the main story that's moving along. And then the relationships would be the small little sub stories on the side. This show put the relationships at the very front main focus. And really going all the way back to season 3, season 2 and 3, especially season 3, it was kind of weird to me how we were focusing on some little children relationships, like little children liking each other and in school. To me, it didn't make sense. It was a little too much. I mean, but with that being said, moving forward, we're just gonna see how these relationships play out. Mainly, can we get? Hopefully we can see more of my favorite character, Otis Perry. Cause we don't have many strong image of strong black men in this show. So I relish in Otis Perry. As a matter of fact, this suit I wear is dedicated to the great Otis Perry. I put this suit on today, to the great Otis Perry. I shout out a great Otis Perry. Somebody comment if you know any good tailors in the Houston area. in the Houston, Texas area. I'm looking for some good tailors. I need some tailors for my suits. I got some different alterations I want to make on my selection of suits. So anybody got, please DM me, put it in the comment. I'm looking for a good tailor. You know. But anyway, but yeah, I hope to see, this is my dedication to the Christmas episode. That red double-breasted suit that Otis Perry had on. This is my tribute to that. Not Suge Knight. Anybody talking about I look like Suge Knight, go screw yourself. This ain't about no Suge Knight. This is about but you know what? If you want to come to a record label where the producer ain't all in the video, all dancing around, come to Death Row. Classic moment at the Source Awards by Suge Knight. But anyway, so we know it's gonna be relationship focused and all that, And with Victor, now here's the thing with Victor. You saw the scene with Victor and the girl that he supposed to be pretending, Otis's quote unquote play niece, that they gonna be pretending. This, I hope, I kind of see where this is going, man, with this Victor character. And late the past, since he been on the show, he been into the trans women. That's his thing, But now that they're showing interest with the woman that's pretending to be his girlfriend while he run for office, and she's sleeping with the with Otis's wife, Candy character, so she's gay. But she looks like she's bi, because she's saying he's growing on her. Victor is growing on her. So it looks like they're going to get kind of serious and more intimate in their direction. They're going to go in that direction. But what it looked like with this Victor character, I'm calling it out now. This is probably going to unveil probably toward the end of this episode, going into the end of this season, going into season 6. It looked like to me they finna make him one of these brothers that I don't know what the word is on the DL, but it looked like he gonna be messing with the transsexual women, and he gonna be messing with the sister, with the woman that Candy is with Otis's play niece. So he gonna be messing with a regular black woman, and then he gonna be messing with a play black woman. With the transsexual black person. And I hope they don't do that. But it looks like that's what they're going to do. I hope he just stay with the transsexual woman if that's what he want to do. But he's going to be, it looks like to me, he's going to have a relationship. He's going to be going back and forth between the regular the original black woman, and then the transsexual black woman. I hope they don't do that. So it looks like they're going that way with that. And we're gonna see with Emmett this thing. Okay, so I want to see my man Otis Perry. I didn't see him. I gotta see him, and I like the old school gangster guy. They brought him back from season 1. Let me get more of that with them. With Otis Perry and the OG gangster, and let's see them. Emmett's mama. We didn't see Emmett's mama and Emmett's dad. We didn't see that. And by the way, that mom and the dad is a good example of like why people need to stick it out. Like they were meant to be with each other, and then they just both go their separate ways and end right back up with each other years later, and wasted relationships and wasted time. Now, yeah, and my last prediction, yeah, with Tiffany and Emmett. So it looks like Tiffany is having regrets. She been wanting to be out here, and she been out here juggling dicks like a clown at the circus. Okay, so she been out here juggling these penises like clowns in a circus. And it looks like to me now she want to get back with Emmett. So we'll see where this goes. Who knows? We'll see where it goes, man. But if you're still watching, this was a long episode today. This is my first episode of The Shy, so I guess I could expect it to be a long episode. My next episode is not going to be nowhere near this long. But if you're still here, I appreciate you. Because why? Because you're a real one. Okay? So go ahead and share this video. Type in the comments. Talk to me. Tell me what you think. I'm not I'm not the only one around here with an opinion. It's like a butthole. Everybody has them. So hit the like button, subscribe, share, and until next time.